Security situation in Tambura town remains fragile. Repeated cycles of intercommunal clashes in the area have caused a significant loss of life and destruction of property. The clashes first erupted in 2021, and despite efforts by state authorities and the United Nations mission in South Sudan to resolve the crisis through dialogue, peace remains elusive. Those who have fled the fighting live in fear of what awaits them if they return. Many are afraid the gangs will seek them out in their hiding places.
The war has displaced us. We have been in the bush for about 2 weeks now. Many people have died in our village of Akpa. The hospital in our area is vandalized. Our local leaders left, and so did we. We don't know the armed men killing our people. We cannot move because we don't have any means of transport to move our children to a safer area.
We are really suffering here in the bush with our children. Whenever I want to go and collect cassava leaves, it is difficult. We just had a gunshot, so we are returning to our hiding place in the bush. The children have malaria, so I want to relocate them to a safe place because if the armed men come here, they will slaughter us.
Most of the displaced are taking shelter near a temporary UNMISS base and several other similar camps. UNMISS on Friday said despite camp returning to Tambura town, they were surveying the area in the hope of diffusing tensions.
We are trying our best from the UNMISS side to monitor the situation, to carry out patrolling in the area, and we are trying to take the situation under control.
Meanwhile, in the northern state of Bahr el Ghazal, UNMISS hosted a 3-day political parties forum. Political parties and civil society organizations in the region agreed on an action plan for holding free and fair elections. The officials signed an agreement on having an inclusive, secure and participatory civic and political space ahead of a planned vote in 2026.
Political parties are going to enjoy the space for freedom of expression, movement, assembly. The same thing with the civil society. We hope to see that Northern Bahr el Ghazal state will register a cases or drop in the incidences of violations around civic and political space.
South Sudan has never had an election. Elections were meant to be held this month, but were postponed in September with the government citing a lack of preparedness. The government said it needed more time to complete procedures such as a census, drafting of a constitution and the registration of political parties. Caroline B., CGTN.